Do you have a shoulder injury from a work comp case or a car accident? As the great Paul Anka would say, put your head on my shoulder.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Unless your shoulder is injured, right? Let's talk about what you need to know about shoulder injuries. Shoulder injuries are complex, and insurance companies routinely fight them. Let me explain why. Shoulder injuries can amount to many things, but generally we're talking about the rotator cuff, which is responsible for the movement of the shoulder up and down and side to side. Our rotator cuffs have 4 tendons: the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, the teres minor, and the subscapularis. Our biceps tendon also attaches to the shoulder and runs down to the bicep. Force or trauma can tear any of these tendons. Tears can be either partial or full. Now, the thing is, studies have shown that if you take any normal person out there over the age of 40 and you do an MRI, 20 to 25% of them will have some sort of partial tearing in one of these tendons. So naturally, the insurance companies will always get a doctor to argue that your tear is pre-existing. They'll argue it had nothing to do with your accident. Now, if you have a full tear of the ligament all the way through, then it's pretty hard for the insurance company to fight that case. But with partial tears, we can fight them and still win. Why? Because the law is on your side. Legally, even if you have a pre-existing condition, if the accident or the injury aggravated or accelerated your tear, then you have a case. How do we prove that your shoulder injury was aggravated then? 1, we hired the right doctor to give you an opinion. Honestly, not all doctors want to get involved in these cases, so very important that you get a lawyer who can guide you and direct you to a doctor who will fight for you. 2, document your pain complaints through all the medical records. If you've never had treatment before because you were never in pain, and you only felt pain in the shoulder after seeing the doctor in the hospital after this incident, then we can prove that the pain was only caused from this accident. Number 3, in the event that you've had a prior MRI, we can actually show what the tear was then, and then get a new MRI and show the extent of the new tearing. Treatment for shoulder injuries typically first involves physical therapy, then injections into the shoulder. If that doesn't help, then surgery is the last resort, which can include repairs of the tendons, and also a biceps tenodesis. Shoulder injuries are some of the most painful, and they cause huge interruptions in person's ability to move, carry anything, and even sleep. So in a car accident case, there is a large amount of loss of enjoyment of activities, being that they're so disruptive. And in a work injury case, depending on whether your job is physical or not and requires you to use your arms for things like lifting or tools, it's possible and likely that you will have a permanent restriction after this kind of a surgery and not be able to return to your job, which of course is a big deal. If you can't return to your job, then you're entitled to 2/3 of the difference from what you can find in a lower paying job. At Marker Law, we'll get you to top orthopedic doctors in your area that'll fight for your rights from the beginning. Please share this with anyone you know who's had a shoulder injury. And if you need help, please contact us. A consult is always free. Marker Law, for the workers, for the injured.